Welcome, everybody. I haven't been on in a while, so I'm trying to remember how to work everything. I want to welcome you all to Ask the Shaman After Dark Edition. It's just about dark now. But anyways, here's the intro. Welcome, everyone, to Ask the Shaman. I'm your host, Don Antonio Corianti, or in English, that is Anthony Golden Sunshine. Welcome, everyone. I want to welcome you. It's been a while since I've been on to do a live stream, and I was just really called to do one today. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm also today, what I'm doing is I'm offering healing to anyone who's seeking healing. If you need help healing something, if you're in pain or you just need some energy, don't be afraid to come on and share a comment. So comments are open. That's how we run this show, as it works through your interaction. So please comment. Let's see who's first in. Tachi Navarro. Hi, Tachi. He said, I'm heading to talk therapy and I'll miss this, but might catch that end. Excited to see what flows through tonight, as am I. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Brianna's here. She says, good evening, Anthony. Good evening, Brianna. And my third eye is already vibrating. Great. Hello there. How have you been? Hi. I'm great. Okay. I wouldn't even know where to begin almost. Just so much is happening, lots of transformation. My life is transforming. my consciousness, the way I see and understand things, the harmony in which I live my life, and the gratitude for my being. Um, I just continue to expand and do the best I can to try to be the best version of me, every day. And it's a beautiful thing. It's not like a frantic pace or anything. It's just I'm kind of go with the flow of life. And I've been really allowing it just to take me where it needs to take me. And it's taken me into some really new and cool places. So, but I've been great. Thank you so much. Dean. What's up, Dean? How are you tonight? Good evening, Anthony Golden Sunshine. Hi, Kelly Roach. Welcome. Yeah, so I figured I'd get on. We could do some breath work, maybe a little meditation, some healing. I want you to feel free to comment, make comments if you got something going on in your life, or maybe just have an idea you want to discuss, or there's nothing off topic here. That's why it's called Ask the Shaman. It's kind of like just let's talk about what's going on. One of my favorite things to do is help people find new ways to think. That's something I've really grown a passion for and a good amount of experience with now over this period of time, is helping people just find new possibilities, new ways of thinking. Like a what if. It starts a what if. What if? I love those questions, and there's so many. Tom Shuck says, hello, good sir. Hello, good Tom Shuck. Good to see you. Well, what do you guys want to start with? Should we do some breath work? I'm down to breathe. It's been a while since I breathed with anyone on camera. We've been doing still a lot of like private events and public events. And there's been a lot of big influx of more personal sessions. I've been doing lots more even than I was already doing of personal sessions. There's just a big jump now in people who are on this path of awakening, learning more about the mind and learning more about your nervous system, and seeking out people that know how to help people tap in to the deepest parts, the most primitive parts of their physiology. And what this does is this wakes up a very deep but innate, very powerful intelligence within our body. So there's lots of people on the path and, changing, going through things. And one of the favorite things I love to teach is the breath. I study a lot of different types of healing and spirituality. I love to learn everything I can, really. And so far on my journey, I haven't really found anything that's more powerful at its just primary level is learning how to properly breathe. It's just really taken for granted because it's just something that happens on its own, but it's also something you have the power to choose how it moves. Okay. So by doing that, by choosing that and moving your breath in a certain way, using your intention in a certain way, you're using new neurological patterns. Okay. So put this in just like real scientific kind of way. By you doing these things, you're creating new neurological patterns because you're doing stuff you don't normally do. Okay. In a way you don't normally do it. And as you do this, it gets stronger. Like the breathing just gets stronger and stronger. So anyone that's here that's been working with me for a period of time can totally attest to that. I've never met anyone that's really committed themselves to a period of time to like a daily, like powerfully intense kind of breathing and really go for it. And when I say commitment, you can't say you have really any experience in it until you have a good 12 solid weeks of daily practice. So that's like 3 months every day. It's like 90 days straight without missing a day of using your breath practice. Another way is pranayama. Some people may be more familiar with pranayama. Okay, that's the Hindu idea of breath work. Okay, it means to breathe. Prana is life force, and yama is to like take in or something similar to that. So it's to ingest or take in life force. Because in the Hindu traditions, the breath is seen as prana, the primary life force energy. You can feel it when you breathe it in. It's so amazing. So let's start off. Let's do a little bit of breath. The first thing you want to do is you just want to bring your attention into your breathing and how it is right now. Noticing what it does. Where's the air going? How fast are you breathing? Is it shallow? Is it deep? And then begin to make your breath deeper. You want your breath to go deep. And as it gets deeper, the depth, it's going deep into your belly and up and out through your belly. So you're letting that belly get big. As you inhale, and it gets skinny and pulls up. As you exhale, and you're purposefully pushing out the belly, letting the lungs fill up down into the abdominal cavity. And as you blow it out, you're sucking the diaphragm up, like I'm sucking in, then and open up. Now you're like a pump. You're like a bellows fanning a fire. Big expansion and up, and then it fills up downward and exhales out up. It's like you're moving energy down and sending it up. You're putting yourself in flow. Energy in, energy out. Beautiful life force in, beautiful life force out. So fresh energy in, and any stale energy out. And again, fresh energy in, stale energy out. Fresh energy in, stale out. Once more, big fresh in, fresh energy, big, even bigger. Hold. And release. And relax. And right now, you're just letting yourself relax. Lots of vibration, floating. Breath is a very, very powerful tool. And when you start to apply it into your life, it makes fast changes. And it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. The thing is a lot of people, they have a hard time committing to themselves or having discipline and showing up. The way I learned to cultivate discipline for myself is just through choosing to show up. Like, what if I just show up? Like, you got to break this cycle, but you have to want to break the cycle. If you want to get better, if you want things to improve in your life, it makes complete sense for you to begin at the primary foundation of what keeps you alive, your breath. And then that's from a very physical standpoint. I also would talk about it from a spiritual standpoint. Everything is spirit. Everything is energy and life and light, and so is breath. The breath is a spirit. And along with that spirit comes a torrid field, a torus field of living energy. It's living energy. It's magic. It's what it is. It's living life force energy. And every time you use it with intention, or I use it with intention, or anyone anywhere uses it with intention, it improves the energetic capability of the practice itself. So another way that I look at it when I feel unmotivated is the discipline comes in knowing I'm also here not just for me. So when you show up to do something that powerful is to sit, and especially when you don't want to, whenever you can put yourself in a position to do something you don't want to do, it strengthens your mind. They even have physical proof of this. Anybody who follows Andrew Huberman, check him out. He has some things where he talks about the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, these lobes of the brain, these pieces of the brain. And what they noticed is activation and change in the brain whenever anyone chose to do something they didn't actually want to do. So it's discipline. I'm disciplined. I don't really want to, but I'm going to do it anyways. So it's like the same thing with exercise. You don't really want to, and that's okay. But what if you just show up? Sometimes it's all it takes. There's times I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to work out. But my discipline kicks in and says, listen, it's not just about you. because the healthier you are, the healthier everyone is. So then I start to realize how selfish it is of me not to want to give first just to myself, to take care of myself, but also to everyone else. Right? That's the best thing we can do for each other. The best thing you can do for me or anyone else is work on you. And the best thing I can do for you or anyone else is work on me. Okay? This is a good base and a good place to begin. We're going to do another exercise now. I did breathwork and meditation class tonight and saw a red triangle with black circle in the center. It was my first time seeing it. Awesome. What does that mean for you? What do you think it means? Or what is it telling you? How does it feel? Hey, Tony, I'll have to catch up on the first part. Excited to see you. Cool, Angela, you're right on time. Everything's cool. You're right on time. All right. So I want you to chime in if anybody was doing the breathwork exercise with us. Tell us about how you feel. Share some feelings. The thing about this show is I kind of depend on your interaction. So I want you to interact. I'm asking you to interact. Please interact. Ask questions, say things, start a discussion. Is there something you wonder about spiritually, and if I don't know the answer, maybe I can find the answer for you or help you find it. Something I'm really good at, helping find answers. Love to do it. Dean's here, and Dean says, if you take care of yourself, you'll have more to give. Right. The more you give, the better you feel. Yes, that's right. Because it's balance, right? Because the more you give, the better you feel. It's also important to receive. And sometimes that receiving is also receiving from yourself, taking care of yourself. You have to receive. Yeah. But totally, if you take care of yourself, you'll have more to give, right? Because it's self-love is what it is. Because that's something I battled with for a while. I didn't realize, back when I used to power lift all the time and the way my exercise was and how I treated my life, it was more because I hated my body. It wasn't because I loved my body. So that's a really big question I ask a lot of people now when they come to me for coaching or training, and we get to the fitness discussions. And then I'll ask them are you going to exercise because you love your body or because you hate your body, or do you exercise because you love your body or hate your body? Is that a cool question to ask yourself? Try that out. Kelly says, I feel there's a little uneasy feeling with my shadow. Any suggestions? Could you expand on that a little? Could you tell me more? Could you say more? So you're saying I am a little uneasy feeling with my shadow. So can you tell me more about the feeling? You can tell me more about the shadow? Can you just put some more words to it? Can you put some more depth onto there? Show it to me. Help me to feel it through your words. I saw a yellow flower of life in meditation. What does it mean? Well, it means a lot of things. And what it really means is whatever you allow it to mean. So what I would always guide anyone to do from a shaman standpoint is don't rely on my definition of what it is. Rely on what you feel about it. So, Christine, what I would tell you to do is to close your eyes and begin to breathe. And we can all do this exercise. And begin to breathe in through your nose about 3 to 5 seconds. And out through your mouth. Long sighs. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. And in through your nose. And out through your mouth. 2 more. Now relax your breathing. Let it become slow but long. And what we're going to do, and Christine, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your attention in your mind to the picture. You're creating a picture of a yellow flower of life. And all of us can picture a yellow flower, or if you know what the flower of life looks like, picturing that, a yellow flower. And as we open up our minds and our hearts and our chests in our bellies, we can begin to taste and feel the energy of this flower. You're using your mind's eye and disciplined imagination to create a vision, a vivid vision. Use your best imagination, your strongest visual ability within your mind to create the most complex and beautiful flower. And as you create it, you take the image or the idea and you bring all the awareness into how does it feel inside? How does this flower feel inside me? In my belly, in my chest, this thing in which I've connected to and created in my will. This beautiful flower. And taking a deep breath and smell the flower. Hold it. And then softly blow on the petals. The petals rustle in the breeze. You smell the flower. Oh, the beautiful golden flower. There you go. Once more. Wow, what a beautiful smelling flower. And you can tell the flower, thank you. Share your gratitude, your thanks with this being. This flower in which you've connected with in your imaginative mind is also a connection into your higher self. For that which you can imagine already exists. It already exists in the quantum field of living energy. All possibilities exist. If you can imagine it, it can be created. Everything that has been created has first been imagined. Your power is learning how to discipline your imagination and create things that make sense and are cohesive and coherent to your reality. This is what we talk about, disciplined imagination. Not just using your imagination to think about things like riding on a unicorn over a rainbow, which is totally okay and totally fun to do. That's more play. That's a deeper form of play. When you can use your play in a more powerful way to put things in your life into alignment. Using your mind and using your intention to take your time and breathe. Feeding your body oxygen. Feeding your body oxygen and light, energy and intelligence and life. Breath is beautiful. And you can begin now to rehearse, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? You ever ask yourself that question? It's one of my favorites. I consistently ask myself this question. Who is it that I want to be? Because that can change day to day. Who you are is meant to change. You're not meant to get stuck on one way of being. It happens, and that's okay. Because you're never actually stuck. You're just in a position to learn. Stuck is an expectation of how it should be. If you eliminate all expectation, it just is. What I can promise you is wherever you are on your journey, you're precisely where you need to be. You're precisely where you're designed to be. And the more you become aware of that, and the more you apply that intention and mindset into your life, seeing, acknowledging, giving gratitude to the perceived perfections of your life, because everything's aligned in such a way to keep you alive. The 30 trillion cells that create your body that work together to help you to live this life. I tell you, my brothers and sisters, we are living miracles. We are creation itself. Okay, let's move into another nice breath exercise. So this is called nadi breathing or alternate nostril breathing. And there's a few ways you can do this. I'm just going to show you some. So if you don't have a clear nose, you want to make sure you have a clear nose. You're going to take your fingers like in a pinch position. But instead, all you're going to do is close your right nostril with your thumb, Leave your left nostril open. You're going to breathe in through your left. Then put your index on your left nostril, closing it, opening the right, and breathing out through the right. Breathe in through the right, out through the left. In through the left, out through the right. In through the right, out through the left. In through the left, out through the right. In through the right, out through the left. And now just relax for a moment. Just feel, because when you're breathing in and out of either side of your nostril, you're actually activating parts of your brain through your sinus. The intention of moving energy. Okay, your intention, wherever your intention and attention goes, your energy flows. Cool. Now we're going to do a different kind. Now, this one's even more fun. You get jammed full of air this way. You're going to pull on your cheek, and you're going to block the opposite nostril. Pulling on your cheek opens up this nostril. So I have a deviated septum, so my left nostril is usually more tight. After I do this exercise, it'll loosen up a bit. So you're breathing in really strong, filling up your belly and your chest. That's the important part, is filling up into the diaphragm. And then kind of pushing out with a little bit of pressure. Okay. And then just relax for a second and notice now, like you have a different feel of vibration on the whole left side. My whole left side of my body is vibrating at a different speed than the right side. So what this is all about is it's actually training your nervous system. You're training all the neurology in your body by breathing and using that intention, breathing into your left side. Because what's happening is you're activating more of this side of your nervous system, because the lung is expanding and the diaphragm is expanding. Everything's kind of moving in a different kind of way because of your intention. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put more intention. I want you to intend to blow up your right lung big as it can go every time you breathe in, okay? Pause. What you're trying to do is use all of your intention, and it's impossible to do, of course, physically, but your intention is to blow up your right lung. So blow up your right lung. Good. Breathe in fast and out hard. And just relax. Now feel, wow. So my whole side of my chest, side of my face, my leg, the whole right half of my body is buzzing in this amazing vibration. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the two vibrations together. I'm going to take the awareness and bring all of the attention into my right hand and the right side of my body, all of its frequency and vibration. And now I'm bringing my attention to my left side and bringing all my attention to it. And now what I'm going to do is just divide my attention equally between my left and right hand. So do your best to try to essentially balance. You're trying to balance a dial, it feels like. You're balancing a clutch. If you've ever driven a manual car, you're balancing the clutch between your left and right hands. And as you do that, the better you get at it, you'll feel a magnetic pull in between your hands. And slowly bring your hands together, closer and closer. And as you bring them closer and closer, you notice the energy in your hands. And keep bringing them closer and closer until you touch. Feel slow. Don't touch, just get close. Feel. And slow. Take your time. Feel. That's such beautiful energy. And allow yourself to then just kind of touch and then open your hands a little and move your hands kind of in and out. and you're looking for that sweet spot, whatever feels the most magnetic to you. And now you're using that mind's eye and disciplined imagination. And I want you to imagine what you feel in your hands, the energy ball that's in between your hands. Feel it in your hands and just imagine it with how it feels. What does it look like? What color is it? What do you notice about it? What does it feel like? Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hold this energy ball in our hands, and what we're going to do is we're going to charge it with our loving intentions. This begins first by you feeling within inside of you your deepest gratitude. So think about first the things you're most grateful for in your life or grateful for today. And I'm grateful for the day and dear Creator and the heavens or God or the universe, all of those things. Thank you so much. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this day to be alive, to feel what I felt and see what I've seen, to be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have such gratitude for this day, for my breath, for my health, my life, my abundance. And thank you. I'm so grateful for spirits, for the spirits that surround me, for the spirits that love me when I'm down, for the spirits that show me the way when I'm lost, for the spirits that bring me the beautiful, holy, living energy of healing for myself and for others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a moment and just say some sweet prayers. Whatever sweet words come to you, it doesn't even have to make sense because it has to do with your vibration. Say beautiful words into your energy ball: love, patience, kindness, charity, goodwill, fortune, breath, life, health, courage, confidence, opening like a cabinet, and within you is your inner sunshine, your inner light, your heart center. And into your heart center, you're going to feed into it this beautiful energy ball in which you've created and blessed and filled with the highest light. You're first going to let all of your breath out. Shh. And as you slowly breathe in, bring the energy ball into your chest with your breath. And bring your hands to your chest and hold the energy ball in. You're just letting it sink in, falling into place. 3, 2, 1, and release. And open your hands. Feel your chest. Take a moment and allow the blessings of this energy ball, which we've created here. Let it spread out across your chest and your back and your shoulders. Let it move down your arms and your hips and your pelvis and your legs. Let your entire body begin to radiate with this beautiful intelligence and energy. Sensing, knowing that all of your cells are being repaired. Sensing, knowing that everything within you is being restored, renewed. Allowing your highest self and highest version to be here now. Together we are here now. Let's take in a nice deep breath. And a big long exhale. And a big strong breath. And a big strong exhale. Sigh out. And a big strong breath. And a big strong exhale. We're going to slowly now come back into the present moment. Allow yourself to come back. Come back into the now. Come back into this present moment. Thank you. That was a beautiful exercise. Let's take a moment to give our thanks to the spirit of breath. Thank you, beautiful spirit and spirits of breath. Thank you. Let's give our thanks to all the energies and beings of light or ancestors or whatever it is that you perceive is around you, your spiritual energy. It doesn't even have to have a form. That's the thing. There's so many ways in which we all can perceive our realities and spirit and energy. It's a little different for everyone, but the feelings are all very similar. When I ask you to connect to whatever it is your highest power, or if I ask you to connect to God or whatever the creative energy and force of the universe is, it's through your intention that the vibration comes alive in you, not the picture, not the concept. The concept has the ability to create the vision, the mental energy. We must then transform the mental energy into spiritual energy. And that requires us to bring it down into our heart, into our belly, and know it. Not think it, know it. Beautiful. I don't want to come back. Where we're going to. I'm going to come back to center in 1, 2, 3. Wow. That was a journey. I don't even know where we went. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nathaniel says, I love you and I'm glad to see you. I've missed your energy. Well, here I am, my brother. I missed yours too. It's creepy. Crawls. Is it me from some other timeline? That's all I got. Only when I'm alone. Okay. Okay. Well, you just want to start to pay attention to, because you're labeling it. It's creepy. You know, why is it creepy? Why are you afraid? Like, why is there a resistance? That's the things we want to inspect. It's easy to get afraid, of our spirit, and the spiritual things that happen around us if we don't understand them. The things that we perceive as shadow and things are parts of us that, usually need to be resolved, is what they are. The shadows that we carry, show up as symptoms pretty much in our reality is what happens. Sorry about that. That was loud. So, it's when you're feeling heavy and you're feeling uneasy, whatever the feelings are, those triggers, those things are just showing us that we need to change. Think of it as like, if you put your hand near a fire, the reaction will be that you'll feel pain or heat. And the pain has to happen because if you're not uncomfortable, you won't get out of the way. You won't change. So there's a lot that we can do there. A lot of that we're going to have to kind of take apart, kind of one-on-one, because I need to kind of like talk to you and see you. Pranayama. Yes, definitely. That's what I was talking about in the beginning. Pranayama. So it's basically to take in life force. And that's exactly how I understand and see the breath. The breath is life force. Like when I say breath is life, I mean like literally breath is life, Because if you stop breathing, it's over, quite obviously. When I breathe, I'm feeling heaviness in my stomach and chest area tonight. Oh, why is that? What you holding on to? Let's talk about that. Open yourself up a little bit. It's creepy crawls from other timeline. That's all I got. That's interesting. That's interesting. Holy crap. Oh man. Thank you. Thank you. Angela says, I don't want to come back either. Wow, that is the farthest I've journeyed in such a short time. That's how I usually feel at an event. I can tell I have gotten much more sensitive. Yes, we have. Thank you. Beautiful. I feel high, as do I. I totally do. I'm going to now cleanse our energy fields a little bit. So just what we're going to do now is we went way off into the upper world. We need to ground now. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring our attention to grounding. So a good way to ground is if you can go outside. But if you don't want to do that, you can ground from an airplane because it's intention. Distance is an illusion. So if you can have that idea that I can ground from anywhere, you can. So where it starts is, and it's quite easy, just bring your intent and attention inward down into your belly and then down into your tailbone. And what I do is I'm sending like my energy, setting my intention through my belly and down through my pelvis and my tailbone, and I'm sending it into the earth. It's like I'm creating an imaginative idea that I'm creating some sort of line. For me, it's a lot like a root or a tree root, but for some people, it might be like a wire or a cord or something. It's some sort of attachment that we create with the earth, and it can be anything you want. Don't limit yourself to someone else's idea. I'm going to just call it roots for simplicity, but you can modify that however it shows up for you. There's no wrong answer. It's all about your intention and using your creative and imaginative mind, a disciplined imagined mind, to discipline, imagine yourself making a connection to the earth energetically. So it's like magnetic connection, and waves begin to move in through my tailbone and my navel. And you have some sort of vibration and connection where you become aware of. And then so the first thing I do is when I start to make the connection, I now invite the spirit or the living energy or the life force of the earth here. And it doesn't matter what words you use any words or no words, but your intention is to call and bring to you and invite to you the energy of the earth. You're calling her here. So for me, I would say, I would call in Pachamama. Pachamama is like, or Mama Aipa is Mother Earth. But I also may call her Mother Gaia, or there's other words I may use that aren't, recognizable words or like light language to call. But what it is it's a feeling. And the more you use this, your intention, the deeper the feeling gets. Okay? So it's a neurological pathway. Whatever you wires together. You're making that intention and attention. I'm sending down into the earth. I'm inviting her here. And then what I'm doing is I'm using my mind's eye again, and I'm allowing myself to picture or feel what would an earth goddess look like? How would she appear to me? There's no wrong answer. How would the earth goddess, how would Mother Earth, if she were to appear to you right now with this connection, how would she show up? And just let go. Don't try to control it or modify it. What shows up? You don't have to name it. You don't have to try to figure it out. You're just aware. You're aware, and she's here. She's here with us all the time. But by using your intention, you're opening up a gateway. It's like you're reaching out you're Googling a file and you're beginning to retrieve the information. It's a way of communication with spirit. So as you ask her to come, and you're asking her to come to us, and I ask her to come to us, and that connection is made and she shows up to us, I now am going to offer her my heavy energy, right? So if I have anything that feels heavy or stuck or stagnant or pained or sad or broken or stuck or weak or depressed or anxious, anything heavy. So the heaviness of your life, your heavy energy, what you can do is you can feed it to her. This doesn't mean it's going to take all of your problems away right away, but what it'll do is take some of the edge off, some of the weight of everything you're carrying. So it's essentially like you're putting down heavy bags. My intention is I'm going to let anything heavy in me fall down through me. And I'm feeding it. I'm lovingly giving it. And she's eating it from me, taking it from me, drinking it from me, the heavy energy. We're working together. I give to you. You're saying, I give my energy, my heavy energy to the earth. And it's just your intention. And what you may notice, as I'm noticing right now, as I'm sending that intention down, I feel some tickling and movement in the middle of my body. It's my emotions. There's parts of my emotional self that I'm freeing up some of the energy from. And this actually feels really good for me. Sometimes I cry. I feel more, this is more joyous. This heavy energy, this emotional pain I'm holding on to. The feelings, there's feelings that I'm not enough. There's fear. There's a little bit of worry. But I let it go. I send it down. And you can use your hands and you can kind of motion down your body. And we call this pitchai. This means to sweep. And I may sweep down my body with my hands. And my intention is my hands are just helping me to move the flow of energy down my body. Down my body. Because as she's drinking, now to fill ourselves up, we're going to open up the top of our head. So you can take your right hand and bring it up to the top of your head, and you're going to tap on it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And you're letting the top of your head open right where you tapped, as if a little beam or column of light begins to open into the top of your head. And as it begins to open, you're inviting now your highest power. What is God, or the highest energy, or the highest light, or the greatest love? There's no limit. What for you is the greatest possible light you could call to you? And as you call it to you, take your attention away from the concept and bring your attention into the awareness of the sensation. So we invite God here with us, and we invite that light here. And you let yourself just get out of the way. No trying to trace it, track it, or follow it. There's now just a column of light pouring down through the center of your body. And as it moves through the center of your body, it becomes like a magnet and begins to draw from your skin, from your muscles, in through your organ systems and in through your bones, cleansing, bringing light into you. And just cleansing everything beautifully, and then washing down through the tailbone and belly. Grounding. And right now, Brianna, you're grounding. And right now, Dean, you're grounding. Right now, Kelly, you're grounding. I can feel us all grounding from your belly down. And just from your belly down, from your solar plexus down, feel the pull of gravity. And right now, you're in perfect flow and balance. A flow and balance between the upper world of energy, the middle world of energy, and the lower world of energy. The 3 layers of you, the mind, body, and spirit, all in connection, cleansed, and alive. Just take a minute and become aware of how you feel in this moment. How light, how alive. And let us now move into gratitude. Find that gratitude again. Man, I'm so grateful for this day and this life and this week. I'm grateful for my body, and I'm grateful for its health. Grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my soul family and my neighbors. I'm grateful for my awesome garden and my dog and my cats. I'm grateful for my daughter and my wife. I'm always grateful for my breath. Just focusing on the things that are most beautiful. Find the rights. Find the goods. Let go of the faults and the fears. Let's let go. What if we just let go? What if we all let go together? Can you? I'm ready. And if you're not ready, let me take it with me and I'll take it with me. I love it so much. Well, I'm far out again and I need to come back. If you're far out too, let's begin to head back. We're 5 steps away, coming closer into the now, counting to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. As I count to 5, we're going to awaken. 5. Wow. I had a spontaneous kundalini awakening on November 12th. Love and bliss and heart and brain orgasm. I totally understand. My first experience with my vertical column of energy or kundalini was in 2018. And it was very profound. The more you use the pathway, the stronger it gets. And this is kind of what we're doing here. We're strengthening the pathway, especially when we work together in a group like this. When we're here working together in a group, it increases its potency for us all. Haha, yes, that gave get high on your own supply a new meaning for me. I was so lightheaded, felt like theta. Yeah, it's happening really easy. So we had a healing circle the other day over at Wolf Picnic area. So this was really fun. We do them outside. And it was Sunday morning. It was about 9:30. It was overcast. It was cool. There's nice wind that come back and forth. We were able to just connect in new ways. And the people that participated, we were all just able to really connect beautifully. And I feel like this is happening more and more as we continue to see even our group events and stuff. Everybody's getting stronger. It's getting better all the time. Lately, in my cold showers, I can hear and feel Pachamama communicate with me. It's amazing. She feels like such a beautiful combination of strength and grace. Oh yeah, you'll get lots of strong, like feminine creation energy through the water. You get lots of divine feminine light comes through the water. Mama Unu is fantastic to connect with because she can help you to cleanse so much. Help you to kind of flush up and flush out some of the debris in our lower energy fields. Amazing. Thanks for sharing. My absolute pleasure. My heaviness was me holding on grief and anxiety and something else. I'm still upset about grandma passing. How are you feeling now after what we just did? Thank you. My pleasure. So the floor is open. I'm here to help you with any questions or anything you may have. I love to answer spiritual questions for people. So there's something you're curious about or would like to discuss or discover, I'm going to open the floor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cleanse our energy field with this candle. So I want you just to bring your attention to this candle, to this light, to this beautiful light, just for a second. And then imagine I'm running the candle around you, making a circle around your head and your body. And I'm enveloping you in a spiral of burning light. Very good. Sheesh. Feels good. I feel completely Sami stoned right now, just like I knew I would. All right. So, does anybody have any topics or questions they would like to explore upon? If not, I may come up with one. There's one right there. Oh, this is a hydrogen water bottle. So what we're going to do is we're going to drink some hydrogen water. Oh. So you turn this guy on in here, as I have natural spring water from White House Springs. See what it's doing? It's like, this is like spaceship stuff. So what's happening? There's some sort of electrolysis type event happening with whatever's in here, and it's creating more hydrogen molecules in the water. And so what current science is kind of showing is that hydrogen water has a capacity to like create like better neural output, better brain capacity and things. I'm big on that. I do lots of things and supplementations and things with a primary focus on my nervous system and my brain. Because I'm fully aware that that's the primary thing that keeps everything else healthy. If you don't have a healthy functioning nervous system and have the ability to self-regulate, you're not going to be very healthy no matter what you do. You may have good physical health, or you may have like, good things going on, but at the primary level, there's more to it. All right, so what you do is I put the water in here, and then it takes like 3 minutes or so until it hydrogenates it, and then I drink it. I've been doing it for a few weeks now. Jilly Bean, my friend Jilly Bean gave me this, and I manifested it because I wanted to get one, but I didn't buy myself one. Yeah. I'm out to lunch. I understand. All right. Christine says, my empathic abilities have increased so much. And now after my kundalini, my dog looked at me with love and the right side of my brain had an orgasm. That's awesome. That's beautiful. Some breath, I can fear her fear in my brain when she's scared. Same breath. Okay. I had to run from her. How to fix this? Same breath, I can fear her fear. You can feel her fear in your brain when she's scared. How do I fix this? Well, it has to do with your breath. So whenever anyone feels elevated, okay, and you're anxious, or scared, or, if you're feeling fear, that starts to activate the sympathetic nervous system. So how we counteract that is begin to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. And the first thing you begin to do is stimulate your vagus nerve, and you begin to oxygenate your body, but slowly. So a calming breath looks more like a big inhale with a long exhale. So it's doubling your exhale. Big breath. Out, double, long. So it's like smelling a flower and cooling off hot soup. Smell the flower, cool the soup. Okay, smell the flower, blow the breeze. Okay, so it's one pattern. The other pattern, if you're experiencing fear or anxiety, this is one of my favorites, is the double sniff, or the physiological sigh. And that sounds like this: sniff, sniff, sigh out. Relax in the sigh. And let go of all the tension. Sniff, sniff. Then sigh out. Release all the tension in your muscles. Sniff, sniff. I'm safe. I'm okay. I'm okay. See, ooh, I'm so calm now. I could just take a nap. The more you use it, the better it trains. So I'm so trained now. Like I feel so relaxed. Like I just feel like mellow yellow. I feel so good. How would I know if I had a Kundalini awakening? Well, you'll know. That's a normal question for people to ask. You're going to know when it happens. You're going to know. It's kind of undeniable when your vertical column fully illuminates and you become aware of your oneness with the universe. That's when the oneness awakening happens. So there's different stages to spiritual awakening. The first awakening really begins when you begin to realize that you're more than just this physical body. That's where true beginnings of spiritual awakening arises. I'm aware that I'm more than just this body. I am more than just this physical vessel. And when you become aware of that, that begins to open up a whole new layer of mind and possibility. That takes some doing and playing with and over time. And then as you kind of go along that journey, it'll begin to open you up into some new thing, a deeper form of mind. I tend to notice most people connect into this after periods of deep meditation and breathing, like, really making it part of their life for a while. There's things you do to open up the flow of energy in your vertical column. Different holds and squeezes, locking down different parts of the body helps to move blood, lymph, and cerebral spinal fluid into the brain, into the third eye, helping to facilitate this phenomena. It has other names. Kundalini is one name, but there's other names, many other names for this vertical column of light and energy that's kind of fluid driven. So it's once we kind of get into that space, what happens is we begin to have that oneness awareness. It's when that vertical column of light, when you're totally connected from the tailbone to the scalp and through both ends, you become in flow with the universe. And when you sense that, you become aware of your oneness. I'm no longer separate from anything. That's it. That's the limit to your kind of awareness here in this physical body. So it's like you hit the edge of your creation, where in that mindset nothing really matters anymore. Like, not like in a bad way. It's like whatever happens I'm cool with. And that doesn't mean you don't do anything. This means you follow your highest passion, you follow your highest excitement, you go for it, you go for what really interests you. What does it for you? Go that way and do the best you can, dude. Just go for it. The hard part is trying to keep yourself in a positive state of mind and without expectation of how it should turn out. You can't have expectations of outcomes because you have no control over outcomes. That's where most of us suffer, is we have, well, I don't know what's going to happen. What if? Hey, you can't do that. You got to let go. And that's where faith comes in. That's why in all the religious texts and writings and the word of Jesus, is surrender, know that the Father has got it under control for you. That's faith. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The more I allow myself to be open with my faith, the better it gets, the more beautiful it becomes. This doesn't mean it doesn't have challenges. I'm aware, though, that the challenges are necessary, so I don't have much resistance to them. I have some. I think I'm supposed to. It can only be the way it is. And I don't think it's bad. I don't judge it that way. I feel like everything that happens has to happen. I'm just in full agreement with that. I don't really have any restrictions against that. I have several channels coming in at once. I'm going to let that boil a little bit and see what pops up. But that was a great question, by the way. How would you know if you have a Kundalini awakening? Well, you're going to know for sure. For sure. I am feeling a little bit of pain still but pain drop. Okay. Can ancestor connect help with connection? Can ancestor connect help with connection? Can ancestor connect help with connection? Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Because when you make connections to the ancestral lines, this illuminates you. This opens you up for information. I'm fully aware that we're taking in tons more than ever of our ancestral information since the new sun. And the new sun meaning what's happened post eclipse or post totality. A new reality has emerged. And it's lit up. It's lit up things. Fantastic. Thank you so much. My pleasure. You will know I could have light up Florida with the energy. Do it. Light it up. Light it all up. I'm pretty sure that's what happened then last Sunday. I felt completely different since then. Okay. What does that mean? Mine was after healing massive trauma. Yeah, that's usually when the pieces happen. So that's usually when they happen. There'll be more. Okay, it's not over. I don't want you to think that's the end or anything. It's a wave. So our spiritual, it's not really an awakening. It's a remembering because we're already everything we just forgot. Which isn't wrong. That's how it's meant to be because that's how we grow. You need the challenges in order to grow. So again, this goes into faith. Faith is the most powerful tool you can cultivate. Allowing yourself to trust and let go and be in the flow of nature. Allow it to take you where it needs to take you without restriction and always follow your highest potential, your highest excitement. It's your highest excitement. And that's directly connected to who do you want to be? Who do you see yourself? Like, do you want to improve and be a better person? How does that look? How does that person react in situations? Has there been situations recently that you didn't really like how you reacted in? Did you notice a reaction? Because that's some beautiful consciousness is when you notice your reactions towards things and know that you don't think that's how you want to be. The best part is you have the ability to slow your breath down and close your eyes and go into a meditative space where you can begin to rehearse being who you want to be. How do you react? Like, so that same situation that triggered you 2 days ago, how could you react? How would the best version of you react? Or would they react at all? See yourself as your greatest self. It's so very powerful. Still deciphering things. Okay, that's normal. That sounds pretty good. I can't believe how fast this has went. It's been an hour and 16 minutes already. I love it. Angela says, I'm experiencing much higher levels of psychic abilities. Yep. My gifts opening and everything feels magical. Sometimes, though, it is hard to focus and get stuff done. Have you experienced this? Yes, totally. That can happen. It's learning how to balance. I'm currently feeling very balanced. There's times where I feel very unbalanced. It requires a lot of self-care for me. If I don't do a lot of self-care, I get off balance really quickly. Particularly like exercise. I need my strenuous exercise a lot. Like I need to like work out every day, at least for 30 minutes minimum strenuously. So I find something strenuous, some heavy to lift or something. I try to every day do something in that facet. But I have a bunch of other practices I do. I've switched things up a little bit since I just have a whole new reality that's kind of unfolded. So I guess we would have to go into why is it hard to focus and get stuff done? Why are you agreeing to that story? What is it that's true, has to be true about you for that story to be correct? What are you agreeing to? So it just shows you right away that's a story. So you're saying that. So what if you change the story? You see? I'm so better now. Observe feelings, not react. Good. That continues, like it'll come and go because you're going to be tested. The things that you used to trip over, you now dance upon, but there's still things that trigger you, just like there's still things that trigger me and everyone else. That's part of the journey. From that first learning of how to get past those things, get past the reactions, that gets you set up for the next ones. Like everything leans into the next thing. Everything. It reminds me so much of the Karate Kid when Mr. Miyagi was teaching Daniel through labor. He had him waxing the car, wax on, wax off, a paint fence, paint house, sand deck. So he had him do all these things, but it was he didn't understand what he was doing. It was just helping him develop his nervous system. That's the beauty of the movie. The beauty of the movie is that teaching is showing how, like, just because you don't understand what's happening doesn't mean something isn't happening. I love it. Still have to chop wood and carry water. I don't know. That's up to you. I get what you're saying. That's someone's interpretation of, like, life. What that means is life goes on, right? Even though I completely understand things, there's things I still have to do, right? I might do them different though, because the chopping wood isn't just chopping wood once you know it's not just chopping wood, and carrying water isn't just carrying water when you know it's not just carrying water. If you catch my drift. All right. Well, nobody's really got anything else. I'm going to jump out of here. But I do want you to know is I want you to book a session with us at thepositivepineapple.org. These are you can get virtual sessions quite easily. Some people see me weekly, some people see me monthly, some people see me once, some people see me often. It's all up to you, but you don't know what's possible until you show up. I constantly evolve, so even if you've worked with me before, maybe it's time again. There's lots of new stuff to explore, lots of new frontiers to explore in terms of spirit, and energy, and mind, and practices, knowledge and wisdom, and so on and so forth. So I look forward to sitting with you. If you're just looking to bring some change into your life, if you're looking for some new, fresh ideas to begin to, transform your reality, I'm here to help support our mission of healing. If you like what we're doing, if you like these shows, if you like me to come back and do some more, show me the love. Send me a little bit of money. That helps everything. That helps everything keep going. I want to thank you for your generous donations. They mean so much. They help us in big, big ways. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see what's up. We got some more stuff going on here. Thank you, Kelly Roach. I always enjoy your wonderful energy. Yes, those stories we tell ourselves can sneak in. Of course, that's not wrong. I think sometimes subconsciously I'm afraid of the responsibility of achieving high levels. Sure. Maybe if you're a failure, I will explore that. Perfect. You're right on track. Okay. So that's a really beautiful awareness. You just said it. I'm afraid of responsibility of achieving high levels. So reword that. I'm afraid of my own power. That's normal. Most of us, that happens. Most everybody I know, that's a level of ascension. And really what that goes into is it's understanding that a part of who you think you are, another piece, has to be let go. So in a way, it's like, this is like the descriptions of ego death. It happens over, it's not a one-time thing, but the parts of us who we think we are that develop our, personality and, this mental picture of who we are, a piece of it has to be like deleted. And that creates a feeling of fear and resistance because it creates this idea like I won't know who I am, when you never know anyway, because you aren't that. You're not this personality. You're the thing behind it. You're the creation behind it. The cool part is once you realize that the personality is a character that you're playing, you can choose to reconstruct that and become any character you want, and no one can stop you. You could change your name, your look. You could, some people do this. You could radically transform if you chose to, if you wanted to, if you feel like you could. But this requires being able to just fluidly let go of identification with form. So that's what is challenging you. It's challenging you to your identification with form. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Yes, Christine. Good night. This has been a great first time for me. Thank you. I hope that you come back. I plan on trying to do one every so often. I used to be on like 3 times a week. I just been really busy with everything and with the healing work and the coaching work. And I'm doing more and more HVAC, heating and cooling works. That's another thing. If you need your air conditioner cleaned and serviced, I do top of the line work. I do stuff other companies don't do. I come in and I take your air conditioner apart fully and I clean it from the inside out. This is the primary thing that keeps your air conditioner alive and running. So I'm an air wizard. So I work with the air of your body and your lungs, and I work with the body and lungs and the air of your home. Okay. So yeah, I facilitate healings for people. I facilitate healings for furnaces and air conditioners as well. I love the work. I really do. So, boop, boop, boop. Angela says, I'm excited to work with you and Mary again. So much good stuff's happening. I want to keep feeding that energy. Let's go. I'm ready for you, honey. I'd love to have you on the table. Thank you. What you are saying really resonates. My boss has used the term new persona. It's like I've grown so quickly and people see me as a very different person all of a sudden. Hey, don't take it the wrong way if they get worried, if they seem afraid, because for some people, rapid change is a scary thing. To see someone else change is scary for them. So, I want to pay attention. There's something there I feel resonating. But perfect. Thank you so much, Christine, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ilana, thank you, thank you, thank you. State, are you asking what state I'm in? I'm in Ohio. So that's where I am at currently. But I often travel and go visit clients in other states and cities and things. Most of the work that I do is virtual. So I do a lot of virtual energy healing. I do a lot of virtual spiritual healing. I do a lot of virtual life coaching, and trauma healing, and different sorts of like breathing therapy. And I don't know. I do all kinds of stuff. What I do is whoever shows up that's looking for help or change, I help them to find help or change. And sometimes that means they work with me for a little bit. And I have other people, other beautiful professionals in the field who are my, like my peers. I have a large range of people who are very talented, and I may end up sending you to the next person to be able to continue your journey. I'm very gifted in my medicine way, but I understand that, it takes a village. Florida. I go there often. I have several clients that I see there several times a year in Florida, Sarasota area and south of there. Typically, I come down there a few times a year. The one client wants to see me 3 times a year. and they actually fly me in. So that's really nice. It's a nice perk to the job, is to be able to visit Florida, but then also have the ability and abundance to be able to come down for like a little vacation time. And you get paid to do that. It's wonderful. I love it. Okay, everybody, I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful night. This has been a wonderful show. We had some really beautiful meditation and energy connection in here. Feel free to reach out with any questions. Feel free to reach out with any reviews. If you have anything to say or anything, go ahead and visit me on YouTube. You can go in the comments. You can also go on Facebook. I do a lot of work on Facebook. Come on over there. I'm on Instagram, so on and so forth. All right. I want to thank you all. Where's my banner? Remember, all breathe and be love. Breathe and be love. Good night, good night, good night. I love you all. Bye-bye.